Before today's match started, I fully expected Liverpool to be dominant in that match. I fully expected Liverpool to score some goals and win by a generous margin. When you see the two teams on paper, it's very hard to see anything beyond a Liverpool win. But as the old saying goes, football is not played on paper. From the first minute, it became quite clear that Forest was going to play with a back five, having the three centre backs and the two wing backs. The defense kept nice and compact. They were close to each other. They never allowed space behind the defensive line. And rightly so. And I think more than anything else, Nottingham Forest turned this match into a physical battle. And that, I feel, is where Liverpool lost this match. Liverpool, naturally, were trying to build up attacks using some nice passing combinations, triangles around the penalty box, cutting in from the wings and doing something from there or another. But the Forest defensive unit, the back line and the midfielders, again, they were close, they were compact, they never really allowed much space between them, and they definitely didn't allow any space behind them. And any time the Liverpool player had the ball in something even remotely close to a dangerous area, a Forest player would be there, tackling, pressing, trying to win the ball, turning all these situations into a physical fight. And far too often, it seemed like there were several Liverpool players who were not prepared for this type of physical confrontation. So many times they would fall over, lose the ball. They couldn't seem to hold onto the ball. That they seemed physically weak relative to the Forest players in many ways. The Forest players, they were tight in their marking. They were aggressive in their pressing. They were tenacious in their tackling. And ultimately, it was this kind of situation that led to the Forest goal in the second half. Darwin Núñez had the ball around the edge of the Forest penalty box. Then came the physical confrontation. Núñez was outmuscled, he lost the ball, and just like that, Forest launched a very fast counter-attack, very precise. I think it was a 3v3 situation. Ball went from the right wing to the left wing. Then the Forest player cutting in and just curling a pinpoint shot against the far post and in. And just like it was a 1-0. And given the way the match had panned out up to that point, Liverpool didn't look like scoring before that 1-0, and they definitely did not look like scoring after that 1-0. Now, I mentioned that Liverpool tried to build up using this kind of intricate passing combinations. And again, the Forest players were never going to let that happen. Not with the way they defended tightly, compactly, minimizing the space between themselves. At the same time, Liverpool weren't doing themselves any favors either, by being so woefully inaccurate with a lot of their passing. So many times, a mistimed pass, that went too far ahead of the intended player, or the ball end up behind the intended player, or sometimes the intended player is just completely unaware that he was supposed to receive the ball and the whole thing just breaks down. I'm looking at mistimed passes, overhit passes, misdirected passes, time and time again. The few good chances that Liverpool did create, especially in the first half, they came from set pieces. They came from a few moments where they played a pinpoint arcing cross. I believe there was there was one where Salah hit across the ball with the outside of his left foot. Then there was another one where the support slide, I believe it was, he crossed the ball with the outside of his right foot, and both of these were crosses that led to these were crosses, the kind, not low crosses across the feet, but the kind arcing over the defender's head, that type of cross. So Liverpool's better chances came from such situations. But as far as keeping the ball on the ground, trying to carve open the defense, that never happened. The Forest defense line, and the team as a whole, they simply never allowed Liverpool to create any good chances, much as big chances, that way. Again, coming into this match, Liverpool had won their first 3 out of 3 at the start of the season. And there was some optimism about what Liverpool could achieve, in this Premier League season. And there were also, some whispers and some thoughts that Liverpool could even challenge for or even win the league title this season. And so, of course, if Liverpool truly want to challenge for or win the league title this season, dropping 3 points this early in the season to their title rivals, especially Man City, who have won 4 out of 4 so far, is not ideal. Given how strong City are, you never want to be dropping points to them this early and giving them this kind of head start. But at the same time, it is still only 4 matches, and there are still 34 matches left in the season to go. So it is a long season. But this match and this result and the way the match panned out as a whole, I think there are lessons to be learned here. Now, it's all well and good trying to play football with all this type of intricate passing, the so-called free-flowing passing football. And yes, many teams strive for this ideal of playing this type of passing, free-flowing football, scoring lots of goals, and winning matches. Yes, it is an ideal that many teams strive for. But there's many times where this just doesn't happen. And in the Premier League, there's going to be a lot of teams that won't let this happen. They're not going to let you pass the ball around freely. They're not going to let you play flowing football. They're going to turn the entire match into this type of physical confrontation, nitty gritty, scrappy football. This is one of those kinds of matches that could be categorized as, it's not how you win, it's just that you win. And unfortunately for Liverpool, they didn't win this match. And so now, the coming midweek is the start of the Champions League, the first match day of this new format. And at this point is where, again, another classic saying, where the matches come thick and fast. I believe over the next few weeks, the matches are going to come in rapid succession. Something like 3 days, 1 match, 3 days, 1 match, that type of thing going on. So for right now, the match is over. The match is already lost. So really, all they can do is pick themselves up, dust themselves down, chin up, go again, try and win the next match, and learn some important lessons from today.